to Audrey's Southern Cooking. My name is Nita. If you've never been to my channel, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. I'm so glad to see you. Get your sweet tea. If you're new, we always drink sweet tea while we're doing our videos. So make sure you have your glass. If you don't have a recipe for that, there's a video for that. I'll have a link in the description. I'll try to put a link up here. I'm not sure if I'll get it on there. I'm still learning how to do YouTube, so I'm sorry. So it will be in the description below. All right, so what are we gonna do today? We're gonna make banana pudding. I know, and it's not from a box. We're going to actually make the pudding and put all the ingredients together. So let's see what our ingredients are. All right, so our ingredients for today's recipe is going to be milk, sugar, the flour. The flour is just, this is an all-purpose flour. This is for thickening it up and making it into an actual pudding like you would out of a box. Vanilla for flavoring. Then we're going to have vanilla wafers, and I do like the Jackson brand better than some of the other brands. I grew up actually with Jackson cookies, and this actually to me tastes better. So we're going to use eggs and bananas. All right, so we have all our ingredients. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to do your bananas and your cookies first. Let's get started. All right, so I do apologize for the plastic bowl. It's not very pretty, but it has a lid that's going on it. I'm going to put it in the fridge. If I was taking this to a potluck dinner, either maybe church or to go to a family's house, I would put it in something a little better looking and then cover it, because I know it would be eaten pretty quickly. We're not going to eat it that quick, so I'm going to make it in a bowl that I can cover. All right, so you can do a couple things with these cookies. The cookies are relatively small and they're crunchy. Let me show you what that looks like. So you can crunch them. Now you can break these up. Some people like to layer them. They'll put a bunch of little tabs in the bottom. I personally like to kind of break mine. They're not gonna be broken like tiny. Just break them up. Because I don't particularly want to grab a big cookie. For me personally. Now, if I go to a family function or a church or a picnic and somebody brings one with whole cookies, I am not going to say no. I am going to eat it because it's going to be delicious. Now, this is something that a lot of Southern people make. If you are in the South and you want to go family reunion, picnic, go to church, potluck, there's always going to be banana pudding. But they're going to make their pudding from scratch, and that's what makes it so much better than going to the store and buying a box of pudding, instant pudding, and mixing it. Now, if that's what you want to do, you can do that, and it's fine. It will be fine to eat, don't get me wrong. It's just not going to be how we do it here. And on my channel, I show you the way that Southern people make food. More of the traditional ways. So if you are new, that is what we do here. We do recipes that are more traditional. Just peel your banana. You can grab it from the top, or you can grab it from the end down here, whichever you like to do. It's easiest. Now these bananas are a little greener than I usually use, and that's okay, but I don't like the brown ones. Because when you let them get too brown, that's more for banana nut bread than it is for banana pudding. You want a firmer banana. And you're just going to slice these. Just like that. Pull it right out of this thing, and you're just going to slice it. Just simple. Just slice it. You can use a butter knife. You can use a little sharp knife. This is just a little table stake knife. It's not super sharp. I'm going to do one more banana, and then I'll kind of show you what I'm doing. And that way you can also see what I do. This is how I do it. And if I remember correctly, this is how my mother always did it. I think my grandparents My grandmother always did the whole cookies, I think. So you're just gonna slice. So I'll slow down here. And you're just gonna mix it in here. So let's get this one sliced. Let me show you a little something. What I like to snack, or used to like to snack on, is take one of these little cookies. Just take a half one, put your banana right on there, and pop it right in your mouth. It's kind of like having a banana pudding without actually having the pudding part. All right, so you're just gonna mix these. You can use a spoon. I just find it easier to use my hands. If you think you want to make it bigger, I like a little bit more pudding in mine, and then I usually put some cookies like on top. But we'll get to that part. So this is how I do mine. And then you just get them all mixed in together. If you find you need more bananas, you got plenty of bananas. You can use more bananas. You can put more cookies. Like I said, you can fill this thing up if you want. I particularly like to have more pudding per bananas and cookies. That's just me. Let's move over to the stove and I'll show you how to make the pudding. All right, welcome to the stove. So what I've already done is put sugar, my flour, and a little salt in here. And I've taken my milk and my egg yolks and I've whisked them in. So what we're going to do is turn this on. Turn it on to about a medium. And then we're going to pour this mixture of milk and eggs into our sugar and flour. Now the flour, we just put a little flour in here. That's only because it's going to make it a thickener. So what we're going to do is just stir this, whisk all this in. I'm going to lightly whisk it because I don't want to mess up my bottom of my pan. I need to get a better whisk. Once I get this mixed in, then we're going to use our spoon here and stir it. But you have to watch your pudding because you don't want it to start, it will start thickening up before you know it, and it'll kind of stick to the bottom and maybe sometimes it will burn. So. All right, I'm going to get this mixed in, and then we'll be back in just a minute. Okay, so here we're coming back, and like I said, you don't want it sticking, and I'll just about let it start sticking, but you can see it's already starting to thicken up a little bit. Let me get me a pot holder. All right, this will do right here. So you just want to stir it, and it's gonna, it won't take long, but once it gets thick, or a little thicker, then we're going to turn it off and it will thicken up, and then we'll put it on our pudding. And I've got to add the vanilla, but the vanilla goes in at the very end. Once it's done cooking, then you'll put the vanilla in and stir that in. So you see it's bubbling. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit more and let this cook about a minute. So let me let this cook about a minute, and then we'll come back. All right, so it cooked a minute. I went ahead and turned it off, and I'm just going to take it off the heat. Let me move my camera so you can see. All right, so what I'm going to do is add a teaspoon of vanilla. I'm just going to guesstimate. If you don't know much about cooking, I would go ahead and say to measure. And if you want to be sure, go ahead and measure. But a teaspoon is not that much. All right. So I'm going to let this sit over here just a few minutes and cool, because I don't want to put it on my bananas when it's hot, or it's going to turn everything brown. So let's let that cool off a minute, and then we'll move back to the counter when it's ready. All right, welcome back to the counter. So my pudding is not quite cool enough, but I want to go ahead and get it poured in, my bananas and my cookies. So we can go ahead and get that in the refrigerator and get it cold. And then we'll just take some pictures of it afterwards. But I'm gonna go ahead and taste it today. All right, let's show what it looks like. All right, so here we go. There's my cookies and my bananas. And I've got my pudding. I want to get it in the refrigerator because it's still pretty warm, but it is pretty hot already today, and it's not going to really get thick until it's cold. So I'm going to go ahead and pour this in. And this is a good time when you stir this up to see, you know what, I really do need some more cookies, or I need some more bananas. And you can do that at this time. Move that pot out of the way. All right, and this is what it looks like. So let's stir it up. And I got a spoon ready because I already tasted the pudding. I'm not gonna lie. All right, I tell you what I will do is add just a few more cookies. I think it's got plenty of cookies and bananas in it, but I want to add a few on the top. Now sometimes what I do, and like I said, I do apologize, this would be a whole lot prettier. Like I said, if I was taking it to a family gathering or something. You're just going to cut cookies across the top. And they will get soft being in that pudding. You can also, as I said earlier, you can stand them up on the sides like this. This would be a good time if you wanted to do that. It'd be a lot easier to do it now than at first because, you know, you've already got pudding in here. So you can kind of do this, just play with it. So I had to eat that broken cookie. It's not good for anything except to be eaten. And you can just put them around. Now you can push these down in there if you want. Go through and push them down a little bit deeper in there. I just put that one last cookie on top. You look at that. And then you can see how the cookies look. And again, it would be prettier, I'm sorry. But you got the cookies on the side. And it's ready to eat if you wanted to eat it now, but it's still a little warm. You really want to eat it cold. That way your pudding's all set up. So I got my trusty spoon. I'm just going to scoop a little bit out. I'm not going to take too much. And then I'll smooth it out so it'll look better. All right, so this got some cookie in it. It's got some banana. Let's move the camera up because you missed my face. All right, sorry about that. I got carried away. But I don't mind taking a second bite. All right, so again, I'm just going to scoop a little bit out. So I've got banana and some cookie on there. That is delicious. Now, a lot of times want to do meringue on the top. And now you can do that if you want, if you have an oven-proof bowl. Because what I did was separate the egg yolks and the whites. So if you wanted to make meringue, you just take the egg whites, a little cream of tartar, whip them up really good, put a sprinkle of a little sugar in there to make it a little sweeter, and then you just spread it on top, and then there you go, you can bake it till it's brown. Now you can do that and that's fine. I particularly don't want to do that, but that doesn't mean you can't do it. So I'm going to put it in the refrigerator with no top, let it get cold, and then I'll put the top on it. All right, and that's how you make Southern banana pudding. So I hope you enjoyed the video. So please don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you won't miss any of my videos, because I'm doing a whole meal today in a video, and I'm going to put all these together. So we're going to have banana pudding as our dessert. So I don't want you to miss the rest of the video or any of my other videos. And don't forget your sweet tea, and there's a video for that too. so you'll know how to make it. So next time, if you're new, you'll have your tea ready. All right. Thank y'all for watching, and y'all have a great day and be blessed, and I will see y'all on the next video.